Hi, I selected the case for bootstrapping with Ben Chestnut because I'm also bootstrapping my startup, so I wanted to hear about the pros and cons of taking this path, and also just wanted to learn more about the business and how he started it. Now, his first business, he was working at a startup that had failed. He then moved over to a consulting business, and while that had failed, what had come out of it was he had built this great internal tool that he had marketed to his customers as a nice side gig. Um, so, so essentially, his first two ventures had failed, but out of those failures came this really, really good product, really successful product that he was able to get behind and build a multi-billion-dollar business. Some of the major challenges, I think, one of the major challenges was the fact that he didn't necessarily dream terribly big. He didn't really think. He wasn't particularly visionary or innovative in how they were approaching, how they're approaching their sort of entrepreneurship. Another another major challenge was that because he didn't take venture money, he didn't take outside funding. That limited his options when it came to growing and building and trying to outpace their competitors. So they almost lost their edge. But I think he had the right business intuitions and the right understanding of what it needs to succeed, and leveraging the tools are that are available to people who are sort of lacking in resources, lacking in funds, and leverage things like Twitter and leverage new services that are sort of cheap and but make that effective. And so he was able to do that and really continue to outpace his competitors. Um, do I agree with this approach? In a lot of ways, I do agree. I think it aligns with more of my conservative approach to entrepreneurship. So instead of trying to really go out there and build something crazy and innovative and new that people haven't necessarily thought about, we're looking to do something that we thought would be useful to an existing market. In our case, we are building something that is a different approach that we're taking from the retail marketplace and trying to apply it to the healthcare environment. In his case, he sort of created this tool out of necessity and kind of stumbled upon that. But while I agree with his kind of approach, kind of emotionally, I think that I, you know, intuitively I understand that it doesn't take me out of my comfort zone. And as an entrepreneur, I think needing to challenge myself and get out of that, where I'm most comfortable. I think that will help me grow not only as a business person but also an entrepreneur. If current valuation of the company is about 4.1 billion, and so if I were looking to invest in this company, I would recommend investing, mainly because I think there are two things. One is that the company has been successful to keep ahead of their competitors, even without outside resource and funding. So that tells you that they have have great product and a great team. And then B, the leadership. I think you want to invest in the great people because they obviously have a good business sense. They are able to, tenacious and persistent enough to really continue to build this business without additional outside funding and being very resourceful. So I think if they are willing and interested in taking outside funding, I think the company can then be able to leverage those resources and grow beyond where it's been, because it's really a combination of great people and great product. It's a rare combination, and that I think makes a good investment.